This is Real Estate Investing 101. We're going to talk about that right now. Hi, I'm Milton Ali. I'm a licensed real estate agent in the state of Kentucky. And real estate investing can be very rewarding, both personally and professionally. I not only help people buy and sell, I also help a lot of my clients get into the wonderful world of investing. And while it comes with immense rewards, it also can carry some significant risk. And so the good news is that investing is not quite rocket science. So what we're going to do today in today's video is we're going to talk about 6 things that you need to know in order to get started real estate investing. Let's start. The first thing that I highly recommend any real estate investor to do in this day and age is to set goals. So let's talk about it. How many homes would you like to own? What type of properties would you like to own? Is there a location? Is there a price point? Is there a cash flow target? Because we invest in real estate to not only help others with housing needs, yet to cash flow positive and to make money. And so, do you have a target? Do you have a goal? An ultimate goal? Where would you like to see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years, real estate investing wise? I think setting goals are very important because that helps you go after the particular goal and say, okay, well, I want to, I want to own multifamily, or I want to own single family, or I want a lot of, or I want to own, a lot of units within a building and multifamily and have small apartment buildings. I mean, there's so many different ways to go about it. What type of goals do you have? And a great real estate professional can help you navigate those decisions. Number 2, knowing the basics. It says, not knowing what you're getting yourself into can bring about immense failure. One of the things in point 1, as far as setting goals, I forgot to mention one thing. You can also flip a property, and that is to take a property that is in less than perfect condition, invest capital, time, materials in that particular property, and then come out on the other side with being a better property and charging a higher price than what you paid for it. That does require planning. That requires an understanding and your ability to manage talent, to acquire talent. And we're going to talk about that later in the video. And it is super important to see that you must educate yourself first. There are several books that I would recommend as well. Reach out to me at miltonalihomes@gmail.com and I'll send you my list of books. And I also have a ebook about buying homes. So just reach out to me if you like that at miltonalihomes@gmail.com. The experience can also be a great teacher. One last point on that. Experience can be a wonderful teacher. I cannot stress enough about how you can spare yourself some very hard lessons by starting with a very firm foundation. All right. Number 3, consider working with a mentor. For my first, I would say 3 to 4 flips that I did, I worked under someone. I worked with someone, and I like to call these things adult supervision, where you work with someone who has done more flips than you or has invested in real estate longer than you have, and that individual can help be a great guide. They can provide guidance and wisdom. They know generally what material costs are. So if you're going to buy certain materials, they have an idea of where that budget should be. And it's really good to have someone else in your life to help guide you through that process. So I can't stress enough how important having a mentor is. And I would say that sometimes you can find free mentors online, on can go online, you can go to YouTube, you can go to different sites to find mentors, or you can find them in books. You can also find mentors that you meet at your local at your local RIA, where you can meet individuals that will gladly mentor you. Some mentors are very inexpensive. Some will be expensive. You may have to share profit with them on the deal, and it's a great exchange. It could be potentially a very great exchange for the knowledge and lack of mistakes that are made during the process without having a mentor. All right. And let's go to number 4, which is, remember, it is about location, location, and location. All right. Now, I know we heard that location before. I want to stress a couple of things. Location is important. Location is about proximity to you as a real estate investor. How close is this property to you? Can you access this property if there are any problems? Right? Location. The second part, location. Is it a desirable area for renters? Third aspect of location. Is it a location that will generate the type of revenue that are aligned in my first one, which is goals? Like, does it align with my goals? And I can't stress enough how you might be able to afford a property in an area that may not provide the cash flow target that you want. Or you may go into a different particular area where, quite frankly, the turnover is a little bit higher due to the transient nature of what's going on. What I think a lot is there is positives to be able to rent near colleges, and then there are not so positive. So that's just one example, that the transient nature, how you can have people living there for maybe 3, 6, 9 months, sometimes a year, but there's a lot of volatility in those particular spaces. Just know what you're getting yourself into. So location is important. The next one is build your team. I want to park here a little bit and spend some time on what does build your team mean exactly. Well, right now you're watching this video. I'm a real estate professional. You're going to have another member of your team. The team you're going to have to start building up is how many plumbers do you know? How many electricians do you know? How many roofers do you know? How many painters do you know? How many drywall individuals do you know? How many people that you know that does flooring? And from experience, I've learned that very few people can do it all. And if they can do it all, they may not be available to do it all. So it's so important to line up the talent that you need in order to successfully flip or manage a property. And you may even want a property manager. How many property managers that can manage the type of property that you're looking to purchase and ultimately own and cash flow on? Your team has to be a great team, and you will rise and fall to the level of the team that you have and surrounded by you. Your painter may be great for 3 years, and then your number 4, they may move on. Your electrician may be great for the first 5 to 7 years. They may move on to something else. And so it's always constantly thinking through, what type of talent do you have on hand? Your team is very important. I cannot stress this enough. Get a great team and you can have a great real estate investing career. Have a not so great team and results may vary. All right. And so finally, the last point that I want to discuss is cash flow is very, very, very important. And every time that we are investing in real estate, whether you are flipping a home or you are buying and holding, which means that you are renting it out, is to have people consistently renting out and you don't want vacancies. Or if you're flipping a home, it's literally all about your holding costs and not spending too much time flipping your home. Every month that you are in a home increases your holding costs. Every month that your home is not being rented out is a loss. it is very important that time is on your side when you are renting out a home and that home is just collecting rent every month. Time is on your side when someone's in your flip property working. And it's not on your side when the property is vacant, and when no one's working on the flip, and when no one is literally in your property paying rent. And so it is super important to have in mind the the cash flow dynamics. And so those were 6 things that I know that I didn't cover everything, and I would love for you to reach out if you have any questions. But leave in the comments some of the lessons that maybe you've learned or some of the basics that you got about real estate investing. And are you interested in real estate investing? Have you ever considered it? And so let's talk about it. Until next time, have a good one.